Hi everyone, we're here today in the swing room. There's been a bit of snow overnight and it's caused the course to close. So we're indoors and it's also a lot warmer than it is outside. Now today I'm going to talk to you about Trackman. We're lucky enough to recently acquire ourselves a Trackman unit, and this is an incredible piece of technology that's really going to improve the level of coaching here at the club and the level of custom fitting that we offer for club fitting services. We're going to have a look today and see what can Trackman do for your game. How can it improve your golf? And we'll look at that shortly. But first I want to talk to you about the unit itself. How does it work? Some people have asked, how does the Trackman unit work? Well, it's a device not much bigger than a sort of small TV or a large iPad actually. And it sits on the ground behind you. You hit the shot and it tracks everything that goes on in front of it. It gives us a lot of data on what the ball's doing and what the club was doing at impact. And there's a lot of numbers involved in Trackman. It's more so for myself and Sam as coaches and club fitters. And some of the numbers will be of interest to you as a golfer. And really what Trackman does, it accelerates the learning process. We can tell within 1 or 2 shots now whether the advice we're giving you is, we're going down the right road. It's going to make the change that we're looking for. Whereas sometimes when we're working with video, and video is fantastic, it's still a very essential, an essential tool that I will still use. But sometimes with video, you can't see what Trackman can. Trackman sees what the video can't, basically. And sometimes when you're teaching with video, it might be a little bit of trial and error between what the video looks like and the ball flight is doing before we could say, yes, this is the right road that we're going down. So hopefully by using the Trackman now, not only can we give better lessons, but we can accelerate that process of getting you towards better golf. And what I'm already blown away by is how much information it can provide. And I do believe that a lot of people, if they come and take a Trackman lesson or a lesson with us, and we use the Trackman, that you will gain a much better understanding of why you hit your bad shots and what it's going to take to hit better golf shots. Now, if you do decide to come and see us for either a club fitting or you're coming for a lesson, if you have an Apple device, I strongly advise you to download the Trackman app on your phone, your iPad, and bring it along with you, because there on the day we can connect up to 15 devices to this unit to watch what's going on. So as much as we can be coaching off the laptop or our iPad, you can bring your device along and you can go away with those numbers yourself and have a look. So let's have a look, a bit of a closer look at what Trackman can do for you.
So what can Trackman do for your golf game? Well, we're going to have a look through the software side now of Trackman. This is the Trackman Performance Studio, and this is much like the V1 system we have in work, where this is the video analysis side of it. But Trackman, being a launch monitor, gives us a lot of numbers and puts numbers on what's going on in your golf swing, tells us exactly what's going on. So I hit a couple of shots there today in the swing room just to show you a couple of differences between a fade and a draw. And one of the great things about the Trackman is that it comes with its own built-in high-speed camera. So we see on the pane on the left, we can see the ball flight down the line, and in the pane on the right we see the video now. And I'm just going to expand this one. This, I think, is a fantastic visual aid for coaching. Already some of the people that I've put through lessons on the Trackman, this just really helps to understand what's going on in your golf game. So what we're seeing here is the solid white line is the ball to target line. The blue line is the club path, where the club's traveling at impact, what direction. And the red arrow is where the club face is aiming at impact. And that purple line, that's the ball flight that's produced. So we can see when I'm hitting these 3 fade shots, we can clearly see the blue line. Let me pull that up again. We can clearly see the blue path line going left and the red face angle pointing to the right. And that's consistent for all 3 shots. That's what's needed to hit a fade. Then we look at a draw. We see the opposite. See, the path now has to go to the right of the target line, and the face is actually open to the target line, as I've talked about before in a previous video. And we see that in all 3 shots there. So that's a great tool for helping people to understand what's going on. And as you see along the bottom here, we see a lot of numbers. There's even more numbers in the background. And this is all the data that we use as coaches and club fitters to help you with your golf game. And the great thing about the Trackman is that it just, as I mentioned earlier, it accelerates the learning process. We can tell straight away within a shot or two whether what we're trying to change, let's say you're a slicer and we're trying to change that club path to try and hit a straighter ball, well, we can see within a shot or two whether that number's coming down to what we are looking for. So it saves time all the way around. And there's another neat feature here, and this is more geared towards the club fitting side of things. There is a little bit of software called the Optimizer, and we can look at this, and this will tell us where we need to look to get you the maximum carry with each club. So we can see here that on this shot I've carried it 148 yards. The optimal would be 152, and you can see clearly here that the ball speed is the one parameter that needs to be up here a wee bit. So that's probably a little bit of a miss hit. I think that's the first miss hit I've had this year, but it happens. Now, another neat feature that we have is the comparison. So I can have a look at my numbers and how they stack up against some of these model swings that we have in a library here. And if I have a look, I think there's a great one of forget his name, let me find him here. Paul McGinley, that's who I'm looking for. And you look at his video there, you can see quite clearly his club path and his club face nearly going in the same direction as the target, producing a really nice straight ball flight there. Now there are a number of other factors that come into hitting a straight ball flight, not just the club path and the face, and that's the beauty about the Trackman, that we can see that. So the Trackman can see what the camera can't, and that's the great thing. So now when we're giving lessons or fitting for clubs, as well as having high-speed cameras to show you and give you a visual image of what we're trying to change, we now have numbers to measure exactly what's going on. So Trackman can do a lot for your golf game, and hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully we'll see you down in the swing room or down on the practice ground trying to get the best out of your golf. Thanks.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you've picked up a few tips, maybe even increased your knowledge of the game. If you like what you've seen, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to post comments below. Let's get talking about our golf, and let's help everybody get better.